Okay, basically I'm going to be going over all the things you need to use to study. Every class is unfortunately at a different pace. Some classes are taking care of the business. So they're ready, and so I'm just going to recap some of the things that you need to know and memorize. So if you remember what we did in class and you know how to do this part, then you can fast forward at this time. So you need to understand scale factor. Scale factor, you can have different ways of looking at it, but you can say new to original or old. You can say it's the second to the first. Some people say image to the pre-image. Okay, but to get the scale factor, you got to do some type of comparison as the following. Now, these are the rules that you need to memorize, okay? Memorize the rules for each of these. The rule for perimeter, we're dealing with scale factor. The perimeter ratio stays the same. Or I'm just going to put the same. It's the same as the scale factor. And I'll put SF for scale factor. For area, you take whatever the scale factor is and you square it. For area and surface area, it's the same thing. Area and surface area, same rule. For volume, you take whatever the scale factor is and you cube it. So if I give you a scale factor of A over B, this is my scale factor, my ratio, A over B. For the perimeter ratio, it will be the same, A over B. For the area and surface area scale factor, you take that A over B, whatever it is, and you square it. The way you do that is you square the top and you square the bottom. A squared over B squared. For volume, take whatever the scale factor is, which is A over B, and you cube it. So you cube the top and you cube the bottom. A cubed over B cubed. And so we checked your understanding two ways. We checked with these questions here and then some sample questions on the review. So the key to this is understanding what represents the scale factor and what are you doing. Are you doing perimeter, area, or volume? So on this first one, it tells us the dimensions of the rectangular prism are multiplied by 2/3. That 2/3 is my scale factor. This is the new surface area. I'm talking about surface area would be, so what do I do to the scale factor when it's dealing with surface area? You square it. So the answer would be 4/9. Now, the next question says the dimension of a cylinder are tripled, so the perimeter is multiplied by. So we're talking about tripling and perimeter. So we're going to multiply by 3. It stays the same. Triple means 3. Then the dimensions of a hexagon pyramid are multiplied by 4. Then they want us to find the new volume. So we're talking about, here's my scale factor 4. We're talking about volume. What do I do to the scale factor for volume? Exactly if you said cube it. So we have to cube it, which means 4 times 4 times 4. This answer would be multiplied by 64. Then it says the dimensions of a cone are multiplied by 1/3. What do we do to the scale factor when dealing with surface area? Okay, area is the key. This is my scale factor. We square it. So I say 1/3 squared. That's basically saying 1 squared over 3 squared, which is 1/9. And then since the volume of a, let me extend the page, of a square pyramid is multiplied by 1/8, then the scale factor is. You're not going to have a question like this in the test and work backwards, but I'm going to just check to see if you really understand what's happening. Because for volume, we're telling you what it's multiplied by. This 1/8 is the scale factor cubed, already cubed. So what would our scale factor have to be so that if I cube it, I got 1/8? If you said 1/2, you're absolutely right. Okay, so if you got that, you're fine. That's a good review if you need it. We're going to go on to the test, or to some test-like questions off the review. So here are your multiple choice type questions. Let me stop this. We're going to start over.